The Buddha once taught that compassion without wisdom is like trying to save a drowning person who is tied to a rock. Have you ever felt completely drained after helping someone? Do you wonder why some people are never satisfied with the help you offer? Are you curious about the types of individuals who may not deserve your help? Today, we're diving into a crucial topic: understanding who we should and shouldn't help, using insights from Zen Buddhism. We'll explore why, despite our best intentions, some people aren't worth our efforts. Let's begin with a story. Imagine a kind farmer named Joe who found a snake freezing in the cold. Feeling sorry for the snake, Joe picked it up and warmed it by the fire. Once the snake revived, it bit Joe. As Joe lay dying, he asked the snake why it bit him. The snake replied, "You knew what I was when you picked me up." This story teaches us that some people, like the snake, won't change their harmful nature, no matter how much we help them. In this video, we'll discuss 9 types of people we should be careful about helping. First, there are the self-destructive, who keep making bad choices despite our efforts to assist them. Then, there are the blame shifters, who never take responsibility for their actions. We'll also talk about energy drainers, who leave us feeling exhausted, and ingrates, who never appreciate our efforts. We can't forget the lazy, who avoid doing anything and procrastinate. There are also irresponsible people who dodge their duties, manipulators who use others for their gain, perpetual critics who always find something wrong, and narcissists who think only of themselves and constantly seek admiration. Understanding these types of people is crucial for setting boundaries and protecting ourselves. We'll share practical tips on recognizing these harmful behaviors and balancing our kindness with self-protection. Stay with us until the end to learn more about these types and how to safeguard your energy and well-being. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video to help others navigate these challenging interactions better. 1. The self-destructive. The first type of person we should be cautious about helping is the self-destructive. These individuals often engage in behaviors that harm themselves, even when they receive the best advice and support. Understanding why they act this way is essential for knowing when to step back. Self-destructive people make poor choices that hurt their lives. They might indulge in unhealthy habits, make risky decisions, or refuse to take actions that would improve their situations. Imagine a friend who always makes the same mistakes despite your advice. No matter how much you try to help, they continue on a path that leads to their suffering. From a Zen perspective, self-destruction stems from a lack of self-awareness and understanding. In Zen, personal responsibility is crucial. When people don't understand themselves, they struggle to see the consequences of their actions clearly. Helping such individuals without letting them see their own mistakes can prevent them from learning and growing. When we try to help self-destructive people, we often end up enabling their behavior. For example, imagine you have a friend who struggles with addiction. You try to support them by giving them money or a place to stay, hoping they will change. Instead, your help might allow them to continue their destructive habits without facing the reality of their situation. This doesn't mean we shouldn't care for them, but it's crucial to find a balance. To find this balance, it's important to set boundaries. We need to offer support in ways that encourage self-awareness and responsibility. Instead of rescuing them from every consequence, we can guide them to see the impact of their actions. For instance, rather than giving money to a friend with addiction, offer emotional support and encourage them to seek professional help. This way, we help them take steps toward recovery without enabling their harmful behavior. Dealing with self-destructive people also requires taking care of ourselves. Constantly helping someone who refuses to change can be draining and affect our well-being. Practicing self-care ensures that we have the energy and mental clarity to support others effectively. Remember, in Zen, maintaining inner peace is essential. We can only offer genuine help to others when we are in a balanced state ourselves. By understanding self-destructive behavior and setting healthy boundaries, we can offer meaningful support without enabling harmful patterns. This approach not only helps the individual in need, but also preserves our own well-being, allowing us to continue offering help from a place of strength and compassion. 2. The blame shifter. The next type of person we should be cautious about helping is the blame shifter. These individuals are experts at avoiding responsibility and always find someone else to blame for their problems. Understanding this behavior is key to knowing when to step back. Blame shifters never take responsibility for their actions. They might blame their failures on coworkers, friends, family, or even circumstances beyond their control. Imagine a colleague who never admits mistakes and always finds a way to pin the blame on someone else. No matter how much support you offer, they never seem to learn from their errors. From a Zen perspective, personal responsibility is a core principle. Zen teaches us to be aware of our actions and their consequences. Blame shifters, however, lack this awareness. They avoid looking inward and refuse to see their role in their own problems. This lack of self-reflection prevents them from growing and learning from their experiences. When we try to help blame shifters, we often end up reinforcing their behavior. For example, if you constantly defend a friend who blames others for their mistakes, you might make them feel validated in their misplaced blame. This prevents them from facing the truth and taking responsibility for their actions. It's important to recognize when our help is not fostering growth, but rather enabling harmful patterns. To handle blame shifters effectively, we need to set clear boundaries. Offering support should come with encouragement to take responsibility. For instance, if a friend blames their job problems on everyone else instead of agreeing, guide them to see how their actions might contribute to the situation. Encourage them to reflect on their behavior and consider changes they can make. Dealing with blame shifters also requires protecting our well-being. Constantly supporting someone who never takes responsibility can be frustrating and draining. Practicing self-care ensures we maintain our inner peace and energy. In Zen, maintaining our balance is essential to being truly helpful to others. By keeping ourselves centered, we can offer more genuine support. By understanding blame shifters and setting healthy boundaries, we can provide meaningful support that encourages personal responsibility. This approach not only helps the individual in need, but also preserves our own well-being. It allows us to continue offering help from a place of strength and compassion, guiding others towards self-awareness and growth. 3. The energy drainers. The third type of person we should be cautious about helping is the energy drainer. These individuals leave us feeling exhausted and depleted. Recognizing this behavior is essential to protect our well-being. Energy drainers constantly take our time and energy without giving anything back. They might always need support, vent about their problems, or demand attention without considering our needs. Imagine a friend who always calls you to complain about their life, but never asks how you are. No matter how much you listen and offer advice, they always have another problem, leaving you feeling drained. From a Zen perspective, balance is key. Zen teaches us to maintain our inner peace and energy. Energy drainers, however, disrupt this balance. They take more than they give, leaving us feeling empty. It's important to recognize when someone is constantly taking our energy without reciprocating. When we try to help energy drainers, we often end up feeling exhausted and unappreciated. For example, if you spend hours listening to a friend's problems, but they never take your advice or show gratitude, you might feel used and tired. This one-sided exchange can be harmful to our mental and emotional health. It's crucial to see when our help is not appreciated or reciprocated. To manage energy drainers effectively, we need to set boundaries. Offering support should not come at the cost of our own well-being. For instance, if a friend always calls to vent, set a limit on how much time you spend on these calls. Encourage them to find other sources of support, like a therapist or a support group. This helps protect your energy while still showing compassion. Dealing with energy drainers also requires practicing self-care. Constantly giving our energy without getting anything in return can leave us feeling depleted. Taking time for ourselves, engaging in activities that recharge us, and setting aside moments for meditation and reflection can help maintain our energy levels. In Zen, taking care of our own well-being is crucial to being able to help others effectively. By understanding energy drainers and setting healthy boundaries, we can offer meaningful support without sacrificing our well-being. This approach not only helps the individual in need, but also preserves our own energy, allowing us to continue offering help from a place of strength and compassion. Maintaining our inner peace and balance is essential in providing genuine support to others. 4. The ingrates. The fourth type of person we should be cautious about helping is the ingrate. These individuals never show appreciation for the help they receive and often take kindness for granted. Understanding this behavior is important to protect our own emotional well-being. Ingrates never express gratitude, no matter how much you do for them. They might constantly expect more without acknowledging what they've already received. Imagine a coworker who always asks for favors, but never thanks you or returns the kindness. No matter how much effort you put in, they seem to feel entitled to your help and never appreciate it. From a Zen perspective, gratitude is a fundamental practice. Zen teaches us to appreciate every moment and every act of kindness. Ingrates, however, lack this appreciation. They fail to see the value in what they receive and take everything for granted. This lack of gratitude can lead to a cycle of endless demands and dissatisfaction. When we try to help ingrates, we often end up feeling unappreciated and resentful. For example, if you go out of your way to help a friend move house and they don't even thank you, it can leave you feeling used. This lack of acknowledgement can wear down your spirit and make you less willing to help in the future. It's important to recognize when our efforts are not being valued. To handle ingrates effectively, we need to set clear boundaries. Offering support should come with an expectation of mutual respect and appreciation. For instance, if a friend constantly asks for help without showing gratitude, have a conversation with them about the importance of acknowledging efforts. Encourage them to express thanks and recognize the help they receive. Dealing with ingrates also requires practicing self-respect. Constantly giving without receiving any appreciation can erode your self-worth. Taking time to reflect on your own value and ensuring you are treated with respect is essential. In Zen, maintaining a sense of self-worth and mutual respect is key to harmonious relationships. By respecting ourselves, we can ensure that our kindness is valued. By understanding ingrates and setting healthy boundaries, we can offer meaningful support without feeling unappreciated. This approach not only helps the individual in need, but also preserves our own emotional well-being. It allows us to continue offering help from a place of strength and compassion, fostering relationships built on mutual respect and gratitude. Maintaining this balance is essential for a fulfilling and harmonious life. 5. The lazy. The fifth type of person we should be cautious about helping is the lazy. These individuals avoid effort and procrastinate, relying on others to pick up the slack. Understanding this behavior is crucial to protect our own productivity and peace of mind. Lazy people continuously avoid doing their share of work. They might always look for shortcuts, leave tasks unfinished, or expect others to do things for them. Imagine a coworker who never completes their projects on time and constantly asks for your help to meet deadlines. No matter how much support you offer, they never seem to improve their work ethic. From a Zen perspective, diligence and effort are essential principles. Zen teaches us to approach every task with mindfulness and dedication. Lazy individuals, however, lack this commitment. They fail to see the importance of putting in the necessary effort, which leads to a cycle of procrastination and dependency. When we try to help lazy individuals, we often end up enabling their behavior. For example, if you consistently help a friend who avoids doing their share of a group project, you might find yourself doing most of the work. This not only burdens you, but also prevents them from learning the value of hard work and responsibility. It's important to recognize when our help is allowing laziness to persist. To manage lazy individuals effectively, we need to set boundaries and expectations. Offering support should come with clear guidelines on what is acceptable. For instance, if a coworker regularly asks for help with tasks they should handle, explain that you're willing to assist, but only if they show effort and take responsibility for their part. Encourage them to take small steps toward completing their tasks independently. Dealing with lazy individuals also requires focusing on our own goals and productivity. Constantly compensating for someone else's laziness can distract us from our own responsibilities and growth. Practicing self-discipline and maintaining our work standards can inspire others to follow suit. In Zen, Leading by example and maintaining our own path is crucial. By staying dedicated to our tasks, we can encourage others to do the same. By understanding laziness and setting healthy boundaries, we can offer meaningful support without compromising our productivity. This approach not only helps the individual in need, but also preserves our sense of purpose and achievement. It allows us to continue offering help from a place of strength and compassion, fostering a culture of diligence and responsibility. Maintaining this balance is essential for a harmonious and productive life. 6. The irresponsible. The sixth type of person we should be cautious about helping is the irresponsible. These individuals avoid their duties and expect others to handle the consequences. Understanding this behavior is crucial to maintaining our sense of responsibility and peace. Irresponsible people constantly dodge their responsibilities. They might forget important tasks, fail to meet deadlines, or neglect their commitments. Imagine a friend who always forgets to pay their share of the rent, or a colleague who never completes their part of a project. No matter how much you remind or assist them, they continue to be unreliable. From a Zen perspective, responsibility and duty are vital principles. Zen teaches us to be fully present and accountable for our actions. Irresponsible individuals, however, lack this awareness. They fail to see the impact of their actions on others and often expect someone else to pick up the slack. This behavior can create a burden for those around them. When we try to help irresponsible people, we often end up taking on their duties. For example, if you constantly remind a friend to pay their bills or cover for a coworker who misses deadlines, you might find yourself overwhelmed with extra tasks. This not only increases your stress, but also prevents them from learning to manage their responsibility. It's important to recognize when our help is enabling their irresponsibility. To manage irresponsible individuals effectively, we need to set clear boundaries and encourage accountability. Offering support should come with an expectation that they will take responsibility for their actions. For instance, if a friend always forgets to pay their share of expenses, have a conversation about the importance of being reliable and suggest ways they can remember their commitments, such as setting reminders. Dealing with irresponsible individuals also requires focusing on our responsibilities and well-being. Constantly covering for someone else can distract us from our tasks and goals. Practicing self-discipline and prioritizing our duties can serve as a positive example for others. In Zen, maintaining our sense of duty is key. By staying committed to our responsibilities, we can inspire others to do the same. By understanding irresponsibility and setting healthy boundaries, we can offer meaningful support without compromising our sense of duty. This approach not only helps the individual in need, but also preserves our well-being and sense of purpose. It allows us to continue offering help from a place of strength and compassion, fostering a culture of responsibility and reliability. Maintaining this balance is essential for a harmonious and productive life. Irresponsible people need to learn the consequences of their actions. If they don't, they will continue to rely on others to solve their problems. We must help them understand the impact of their actions, not by doing their tasks for them, but by guiding them to take ownership. Only then can they grow and become more reliable. 7. The manipulators. The seventh type of person we should be cautious about helping is the manipulator. These individuals use others for their benefit, often through deceit or emotional pressure. Recognizing this behavior is essential to protect our integrity and well-being. Manipulators exploit the kindness of others. They might twist facts, play on emotions, or use guilt to get what they want. Imagine a friend who always convinces you to lend them money, promising to pay it back but never does. No matter how many chances you give them, they always find a way to take advantage of your generosity. From a Zen perspective, honesty and integrity are key principles. Zen teaches us to be truthful and authentic in our interactions. Manipulators, however, lack this honesty. They see others as tools to achieve their ends, which can create a toxic and unbalanced relationship. It's important to recognize when someone is using manipulation tactics to control or deceive us. When we try to help manipulators, we often end up being used and feeling betrayed. For example, if you constantly lend money to a friend who never pays you back, you might feel resentful and foolish. This cycle of manipulation can erode your trust and self-esteem. It's crucial to identify when our help is being taken for granted and to set firm boundaries. To handle manipulators effectively, we need to be assertive and clear. Offering support should come with an understanding of mutual respect and honesty. For instance, if a friend always manipulates you into doing favors, be firm in your responses and make it clear that you will not be taken advantage of. Encourage open and honest communication to foster a healthier relationship. Dealing with manipulators also requires trusting our instincts and maintaining our integrity. Manipulative behavior can be subtle and hard to detect, but our intuition often senses when something is off. Practicing mindfulness and staying true to our values can help us recognize manipulation and respond appropriately. In Zen, being aware and present in each moment allows us to see through deceit and stay grounded in our truth. By understanding manipulators and setting healthy boundaries, we can offer meaningful support without being exploited. This approach not only helps the individual in need, but also protects our sense of self and integrity. It allows us to continue offering help from a place of strength and compassion, fostering relationships based on honesty and respect. Maintaining this balance is essential for a harmonious and fulfilling life. Manipulators need to learn that deceit and emotional pressure are not acceptable. By setting boundaries and insisting on honesty, we can guide them toward more genuine and respectful interactions. This way, we help them grow while preserving our well-being. 8. The perpetual critics. The eighth type of person we should be cautious about helping is the perpetual critic. These individuals constantly criticize without offering constructive feedback. Understanding this behavior is key to maintaining our peace and self-confidence. Perpetual critics always find something negative to say. They might point out flaws in your work, appearance, or choices, often without providing helpful suggestions. Imagine a coworker who always criticizes your projects but never offers any ideas for improvement. No matter how much effort you put in, they always find something wrong. From a Zen perspective, constructive feedback and positive communication are essential principles. Zen teaches us to speak with kindness and purpose, helping others grow. Perpetual critics, however, lack this approach. Their constant negativity can wear down your self-esteem and make you doubt your abilities. It's important to recognize when criticism is not aimed at helping you improve, but rather at bringing you down. When we try to help perpetual critics, we often end up feeling demoralized and inadequate. For example, if you constantly seek approval from a friend who always finds faults, you might feel that nothing you do is ever good enough. This continuous negative feedback can erode your confidence and make you question your worth. It's crucial to identify when criticism is becoming destructive rather than constructive. To handle perpetual critics effectively, we need to set clear boundaries and focus on positive feedback. Offering support should involve encouraging constructive communication. For instance, if a family member always criticizes your choices, ask them to provide specific suggestions for improvement. Encourage them to share what they think is good and what can be better, fostering a more balanced and helpful dialogue. Dealing with perpetual critics also requires building our self-confidence and resilience. Constant exposure to negativity can affect our mental and emotional health. Practicing self-affirmation and surrounding ourselves with positive influences can help counteract the impact of perpetual criticism. In Zen, maintaining inner peace and self-assurance is crucial. By believing in our abilities, we can remain unaffected by unwarranted negativity. By understanding perpetual critics and setting healthy boundaries, we can offer meaningful support without letting their negativity affect us. This approach not only helps the individual in need, but also protects our self-esteem and well-being. It allows us to continue offering help from a place of strength and compassion, fostering relationships based on mutual respect and positive communication. Maintaining this balance is essential for a harmonious and fulfilling life. Perpetual critics need to learn the value of constructive feedback and positive communication. By setting boundaries and encouraging a balanced approach, we can guide them toward more helpful interactions. This way, we help them grow while preserving our peace and confidence. 9. The narcissists. The ninth type of person we should be cautious about helping is the narcissist. These individuals are self-centered, lacking empathy, and constantly seeking admiration. Understanding this behavior is essential to protect our self-esteem and maintain healthy relationships. Narcissists think very highly of themselves and expect others to do the same. They crave attention and praise, often putting their needs above everyone else's. Imagine a friend who always talks about their achievements and never shows interest in your life. No matter how much you try to connect, the conversation always revolves around them. From a Zen perspective, humility and empathy are key principles. Zen teaches us to be humble and considerate of others. Narcissists, however, lack this humility. They see themselves as superior and have little regard for the feelings of others. This self-centered behavior can lead to imbalanced and one-sided relationships. It's important to recognize when someone is prioritizing their own needs at the expense of yours. When we try to help narcissists, we often end up feeling unimportant and undervalued. For example, if you constantly praise a friend who never reciprocates, you might start to feel invisible and taken for granted. This one-sided admiration can erode your self-worth and make you feel less significant. It's crucial to identify when our support is fueling someone's ego rather than fostering mutual respect. To handle narcissists effectively, we need to set boundaries and promote equality. Offering support should come with an expectation of mutual respect and consideration. For instance, if a friend always dominates the conversation, gently steer the dialogue to include your experiences and interests as well. Encourage a two-way exchange that values both parties equally. Dealing with narcissists also requires reinforcing our self-worth. Constant exposure to self-centered behavior can make us question our value. Practicing self-affirmation and surrounding ourselves with supportive people can help maintain our self-esteem. In Zen, recognizing our worth and staying grounded in our values is crucial. By valuing ourselves, we can remain unaffected by someone else's inflated ego. By understanding narcissists and setting healthy boundaries, we can offer meaningful support without being overshadowed. This approach not only helps the individual in need, but also protects our sense of self and well-being. It allows us to continue offering help from a place of strength and compassion, fostering relationships based on mutual respect and empathy. Maintaining this balance is essential for a harmonious and fulfilling life. Narcissists need to learn the importance of empathy and humility. By setting boundaries and promoting equality, we can guide them toward more balanced and respectful interactions. This way, we help them grow while preserving our self-worth and dignity. People we should be cautious about helping include the self-destructive, the blame shifters, the energy drainers, the ingrates, the lazy, the irresponsible, the manipulators, the perpetual critics, and the narcissists. Each type can drain our energy and disrupt our peace. It's important to understand these behaviors and set healthy boundaries. Helping someone shouldn't come at the cost of our well-being. By setting limits, we can offer support without enabling harmful patterns. This approach helps others learn responsibility, gratitude, and respect while preserving our peace and strength. Remember, true compassion includes caring for ourselves. We can't pour from an empty cup. Practicing self-care ensures we have the energy and clarity to help others effectively. Zen teaches us to maintain balance and mindfulness in our actions. By being aware of our own needs, we can help others from a place of strength and compassion. Encouraging personal responsibility in others is a key part of healthy support. This means guiding people to see the impact of their actions and encouraging them to make positive changes. It's about fostering growth, not dependency. This approach benefits everyone involved and leads to more meaningful and respectful relationships. In our interactions, we must strive for balance. Mutual respect and empathy are the foundations of strong, healthy relationships. By recognizing when our help is beneficial and when it is not, we can make better decisions about how to offer support. As you navigate your relationships, keep these insights in mind. Protect your energy, set clear boundaries, and practice self-care. By doing so, you'll be able to help others in a way that is healthy and sustainable for both you and them. Barrigos. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to like, subscribe to our channel, and share this video. Your support helps us continue to provide valuable content. Stay mindful, stay compassionate, and take care of yourself.